Hello YouTube. We're back. So today it's your boy Nefarious and we're gonna be talking about my basketball 2020-2021 playoff picture. So right now, obviously I'm gonna have a picture of the playoff picture at this current moment. So at this moment in time, this specific moment in time, there's still two more play-in games left. So, two, right? Yeah, two. The Pacers and the Wizards, and then what's it called? The Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. So now we're gonna be looking at these things, right? It's playoffs. It's gonna be a good time. It's a good time. So, start as one. I guess we'll start with the playing games. We'll just start with those. So, for one, I don't believe my team is gonna be winning the playing game. The Pacers, I think, are gonna lose, and that's just unfortunately what it's gonna be. That is unfortunately what it's gonna be. Because even if we do lose, I've been saying this for a while now, but we're really just vying for who's about to get swept 4-0 by the fucking 76ers, bro. Like, my team all season has not had, what's it called, the ability to stop Joel Embiid. We didn't do it well last year. We're not doing it well this year. And we don't even have our primary center. So, that's just going to be a wash. So, I don't think my team's beating Washington though. I mean, I get Bradley Beal's hurt and Russ ain't really too hot right now, but considering we have playoff Sabonis, who, man, playoff Sabonis is garbage, bro, straight trash. I don't see us beating them, to be honest with you. So next, after my team plays, it's gonna be the next playing game, which is Golden State Memphis. Honestly, after the way Golden State performed, what was it, last night? Unfortunately, I didn't watch the second half of the game because, I was fucking tired, bro. But I watched the whole first half. Yo, Golden State about to clamp up the shit out of fucking Memphis, bro. Like, Draymond showed that he's still a fucking top tier defender. Like, the way he was dead bullying AD, bro. Like, AD was just out there. He was just existing. He was just violating that man. And then Curry, he does Curry things. I don't think they're going to be playing as good of defense in Memphis on Curry, personally. Not to say the Lakers play absolutely stellar defense all the way around, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I got Golden State taking it. I don't think Ja Morant's going to be able to lead his team to the playoffs once again, like last year, in my opinion. Anyway, so now we get to move on to the actual playoffs. So the playoffs start off as such. So number one, if I remember correctly. So we're going to go from east to west. Like, we're gonna build up from like the east section to the west. So we're gonna go through the entire east first, and then we're going to go to the west side. So for the east, number one seed Philly versus who I'm gonna say is Washington. So I'm gonna be honest. Washington, in my opinion, probably getting swept 4-0. I don't think Washington stands a chance, to be honest. This is gonna be a bad look, bro. It's gonna be a bad look all around. Like, I don't think they have a chance. But yeah, I think that game's gonna be 4-0 for Washington or Philly. My bad, I'm tripping. Next up, we have 4 and 5. 4 and 5 is Atlanta and the Knicks. So this, I'm projecting this to be one of the best series in the thing in the playoffs. So honestly, I got the Hawks winning. Sorry, Knicks fan, but I think it's gonna go to 6 or 7 because the Knicks are actually a decently run team. Only problem is that Atlanta actually has a good coach now. So even with the Knicks home advantage, I still don't see them winning. Anyway, so we move on to verse 7. So it's gonna be Brooklyn versus Boston, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That's gonna be another sweep right there. Boston, like if Boston wasn't, it didn't have Jaylen Brown get hurt. On top of that, got a new coach, and Kemba was like playing like Kemba of old. This team would have been in a much better position for the playoffs. But seeing as how it's essentially just Jason Tatum and like sort of Kemba, I see a 4-0 sweep in their future, to be honest with you. So after that, we move on to 3 and 6. Now this series right here is gonna be crazy. Now some people might be like, "Whoa, what do you mean by that?" I'm gonna be honest. I got the Heat taking out the Bucks. I got the Heat beating the Bucks like 5 to 6 games, bro. 5 to 6. I don't. I don't think the Bucks have what's it called. Now, don't get me wrong. The Bucks definitely picked up a good piece for their offense and defense in Drew Holiday. Like Drew Holiday is an absolute defensive juggernaut at the guard position, and he doesn't get talked about enough in that position. But it is what it is. But I don't think Giannis is gonna have the ability to do what he typically does when you have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo just on that defensive front, bro. I just don't see how he's gonna be able to get through that. So the next round, the semifinals for the Eastern Conference, it'll be Philly versus the Hawks. Now, it sucks to be the Hawks at this point because Philly, I think's got them, but it's definitely going like 6 games, bro. Philly Hawks. Nate McMillan is a great coach, bro, and it's crazy how my team didn't realize that, but Mans knows what he's doing. Especially considering the Hawks actually have a decent center. Like I would say Clint Capella is an above average center or big man for the league. Him going up against Embiid is not just going to be able to like. He's going to have to earn them like 25 to 30 points. He's going to be dropping every night. He's going to have to earn them. And Trae Young, hopefully Trae Young goes out there and does something. But I got Philly winning, I think about 6, give or take. So next series will be Brooklyn versus Miami. Now, this series, this series right here is going to be like polar opposites. Because I think Brooklyn is. Now, don't get me wrong. Brooklyn plays defense, but it's not the priority there. We all know that. It's just what it is. But Miami is always about defense, especially in the playoffs. So, I think this is going to be a nice series, you know what I'm saying? It could go 6. It could really go 6. It just depends on how Miami's offense is looking because we know Brooklyn's going to score, bro. Like, I don't want to hear anything about, Harden just drops off in the playoffs, shit like that. It just doesn't happen, bro. It becomes burdensome when you're the only person out there really putting in work, type shit. But Harden literally has KD and Kyrie out there to also score points. So it's not going to be solely on Harden. So, but I do unfortunately, or fortunately, have Brooklyn beating out Miami. So now, we got basically the conference finals is, in my opinion, it's gonna be now. Oh, I should have put this disclaimer out in the beginning, but this is if no injuries take place as of this time frame. Like no injuries. Everything is subject to change if injuries roll through. You feel me? because unfortunate injuries are just part of the game, and that's just what it is. But this is no injuries type shit. So it's gonna be Philly up against what's it called, Brooklyn. Now this series, I expect this series to go 7. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just expect to go 7. Now, depending on how I'm feeling on either day, I can really pick Philly or Brooklyn to take this series. But right now, at this current moment, I'm going with Philly. I want Philly to win the series. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want Philly to win. In my opinion, Embiid showed this year that he was a MVP type caliber player this year. Like, he was out there dominating, and that's just what it is. It's quite simple. He was just dominating. So I'm gonna have them taking it in 7. But this is gonna be a great series, bro. That series is gonna be nice as shit. Anyway, so now we're gonna be moving on to the West Coast. So 1 versus 8. So for me, that's gonna be Golden State versus Utah. Bro, I might think I'm crazy, but Curry and Draymond and Golden State, I think, are definitely pushing them to 6 games. At least 6 games. Like, Curry's still out there looking like he's back in 2016, 2015 time frame. But he's just gotten, like, even better. It's wild. Like, he's just out there just killing people. Looking like death out there, bro. But unfortunately, I think Utah, just because they have, what's his name, Donovan Mitchell. Now, I don't know how, what's the word, healthy Donovan Mitchell is going to be coming back. But they also got Rudy Gobert. See, that to me, though, sets apart Utah and Golden State. Now, don't get me wrong, Draymond's a great defender, and he can play big. But Draymond, I don't think is going to be doing shit against Rudy Gobert. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I just don't think that's going to happen. But I think, like, if you look at edge-wise, Steph got the edge on Donovan Mitchell. Rudy Gobert got the edge on, what's his name, Draymond. And I think also the Utah Jazz have a bit more to play with in terms of team than Golden State does. But hey, maybe Wiggins or something will come in as the X factor and they might mess up Utah. Who knows? Or maybe, what's his name? Toscano. He might come in, do something crazy. Anyway, now we're moving on to 4 and 5, bro. It's a rematch of last season, bro. I don't care what nobody says, bro. I got Dallas winning at 6, bro. Porzingis doesn't get hurt, bro. I'm sorry. I got Dallas taking it. It's just that simple. Dallas was going to rout them last year if Porzingis didn't go down. So, I believe the same thing going to happen again this year. Dallas, to me, this Clippers team, to me, reminds me solely of, like, the Blake Griffin, Chris Paul era. Like, they're a great team, but they're not going to win, bro. Like, they just don't win. They just can't do it in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. They'll look great in the regular season. You're like, man, these two players are doing crazy shit. Like, they should be up for a title. And they just don't make it. Anyway, moving past that, got Dallas in 6. You know how it be. So we got Phoenix versus the Lakers. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this game right here. I'm going to keep it trill. I don't know if Phoenix has the ability to win here. Like, Phoenix is the number 2 seed for a reason. I can't deny that. They are up there for a reason. But I feel like this Lakers team has been what's the word? They have not been playing at full strength up until like real recently. So I feel like the Lakers, like, this series could go either way in my opinion. Like, now it would be great for Chris Paul's career, personally, to me, if he could take this series, because then I think the road gets a lot easier for them. But this gonna be a rough series for them. Even with home field, I think it's gonna be a rough series. But I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm giving it to the Lakers. We're gonna have it go to 7 though. I think Lakers is 7 is realistic because it's not like last year where they got to play like the Trailblazers where it was really just a one man team out there. No disrespect to CJ McCollum, but it was really just Dame out there. So yeah, I think the Lakers will get pushed to 7, but I think they'll overcome it. Next, we got 3 and 6. That is Denver and Portland. So this series, I'm gonna enjoy watching this series because, bro, Trailblazers, like Damian Lillard, in my opinion, he's gonna be looking like Steph Curry was looking last night. He's gonna be going crazy. Now Steph wasn't going crazy the whole game, but hey, when playoffs arrive, you know, him and Curry, they just start dropping. They go crazy. It's just what they do. Dame gonna be going crazy, and I think Jokic is just gonna have to keep showing why he's the MVP of the league, in my opinion. Like that's all. To win the series, he's gonna just have to keep showing everybody that he is that guy. Like he's gonna have to shut the haters up. It's just that simple. So yeah, but I think the series going 6. I got Denver taking it though, because I like Joker's sustainability versus the Trailblazers. To be honest with you, I don't think the Trailblazers have any sort of answer remotely for Jokic. And for Dame and CJ and Carmelo, I think they could just throw bodies at them enough to shut them down. That's just me though. But I think it's going like 5 or 6. So next round, we're starting at the top of the semifinals. It will be Utah versus Dallas. Now this would be an interesting series. I don't know. Now at this point, I would like to believe that at this point, Donovan Mitchell will be either at 100% or close enough to it. Like he should be relatively fine. So this like you talking 2 healthy teams, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Now, unlike Golden State, Dallas, or even if the Clippers made it, Utah I think would be going home this series because you look at Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert can't make his own shot. Like he is only good for like lobs and like low posts. Like you give him the ball in mid range or even like around the 3 for whatever god awful reason you think, he's gonna just be looking confused out there. But you look at Dallas with Luka and Porzingis out there. Who's the other dude they have? Fuck, I don't remember his name right now, but they have more weapons, I believe, than Utah does. So for that reason, I think Dallas taking it in 6, bro. Dallas got it in 6. Next is gonna be the Lakers and what's it called? Denver. It's gonna be a repeat matchup of last year with, well, yeah, basically a repeat matchup of last year. So you look at this. I'm gonna be honest. Denver would need what's his name, Michael Porter Jr. to keep doing what he's been doing if they really want to win this series. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see that happening against. Like I feel like like once it starts getting closer and closer to that gold, I feel like Michael Porter Jr. is just gonna fold, man. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's gonna fold. Now, not to say Jokic ain't gonna be out there. He gonna be trying to drop 50 on some shit, but like you look at supporting cast versus supporting cast. I think the Lakers supporting cast is just gonna overall beat out Denver supporting cast. So I'm gonna give it to the Lakers, but I think it's going 7. I think Jokic is gonna push him to 7. So this would be like for LeBron, this would be like 2 series, basically 6 or 7 games back to back. And then he's going to the championship. He's playing Dallas. Now, Dallas and the Lakers. I mean, like, realistically, I should be picking the Lakers. It shouldn't even be a hesitation if they're playing Dallas. But it's possible Dallas wins. It's definitely like two series. I mean, granted, Dallas is going to be in that same type of boat where they're basically playing like two full series before facing off against the Lakers. So I think it really comes down to, at this point, heart and who wants to win more. I'm going to be honest, I think the Lakers will want to win more. I think the Lakers would be a team full of more hungry people. I think LeBron gonna be leading that cavalry charge to the finals against Dallas. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think it's gonna be going around 5 or 6 games. So my finals would be Philly versus the Lakers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So for me, it's a tough call here due to the fact that, one, I would absolutely love for Joel Embiid and the Philly 76ers to get a rock, because that would be crazy. Because let's be real, unfortunately, when Joel got injured this season, he basically took himself out of the running for MVP, regular season MVP. So it'd be dope as shit to see him win the finals, and then he would get finals MVP. But on the same token, like, bro, we're talking about LeBron here. Like, LeBron, hey, he's like 36, going on like 37 now. Bro, I think he's still got the juice in him to take this series. No, this series, I'm gonna give it to LeBron, right? But without a shadow of a doubt, it's going 7 games. And even though I'm saying LeBron and the Lakers are winning it, it could just as easily, in my opinion, go to Philly to win it all. Like, just as easily. It really comes down to who wants it more type shit. And for me, right now, in my mind, in my mental, we can give it to LeBron. So, yeah, that would be me wrapping up the 2021 NBA playoffs in my picks and selections and whatnot. I got Lakers beating Philly in 7. So yeah, if you like this video, side note, we're gonna be updating this what's it called? My bracket type shit. We're gonna be updating it. Not actually updating it, we're gonna be seeing how it shakes out in terms of what actually happens in real life. So we're gonna come back every time so like, for instance, the quarterfinals finishes, we'll come back, see how I did in the quarterfinal selections. Come back later when the semifinals are done, we'll look at how I did. When the conference finals are done, we'll look back again, and then when finally champs crown, we'll look back, see what we did, how we could have done better, pick better, all type of shit. So yeah, it's been your boy Nefarious, and I'm gone. We're done here.